Salvation is a gift of grace that God has given us out of mercy and out of love, not because of who we are, not because of what we've done, not because of what we've said, not because of what we possess, not because we did something to earn it, not because we gave something to purchase it. It's a gift. And you go to a high school, young man sees a girl, thinks she's pretty, starts staring at her eyes, trying to make eye contact with her. She looks, he smiles, she rolls her eyes. How do I do it? It's time to go to class. She's gonna walk down the English hall. He's gotta go to another building, to the band hall. Well, he's got 5 minutes. What's he do? Take the long way, right? Wants to pass by her, and then he'll run the rest of the way, right? Goes around, they walk and counter, he waves, and she looks at him like, weird. And he even sees where her lips say, weirdo. It's near Christmas. He gets a crazy idea, he buys her a gift. During lunch, she's sitting with her friends. He works up the courage like the little train that could. He gets up, he gets the gift. He's walking toward her. She's with her friends. They all know about this weird kid that keeps trying to make eye contact with her, waving at her in the hallway, going around when he should be in the band hall. He's over here walking through the English hall, and they all know about him. And he's getting closer with the gift. He's getting closer with the gift. And all of a sudden, her and her friends get up and dart to the bathroom. That gift is of no use if it is not received. Right? That gift is of no value to the person who does not receive it. Right? Salvation is a gift of grace that God has given us out of mercy and out of love, not because of who we are, not because of what we've done, not because of what we've said, not because of what we possess, not because we did something to earn it, not because we gave something to purchase it. It's a gift. But you and I must receive this gift of grace through faith in order to be transferred from verses 1, 2, and 3, where we walked in sin, following the ways of this world, enslaved to the desires of the flesh and the mind, and transferred to being seated in heavenly places with Jesus Christ. We must receive that gift. Now, these are two words we hear all the time in church. We hear the word grace, and we hear the word faith. And so I want to encourage you to take out your phones so you can take a picture of this. We're going to give a definition for grace, and then we're going to give a definition for faith. So when you read these words in the Bible, you can always go back to these definitions. Now, grace is the unmerited favor or undeserved kindness of God. In other words, God gives us something that we don't deserve. God gives us a blessing that we don't deserve. Biblical meaning in this context of salvation, grace refers to God's free gift of salvation offered through Jesus Christ, solely based on his love and mercy, not on human effort or merit. It is by grace that we are saved, right? It is solely based on his love and mercy, not on the human effort or merit. Take a picture. Now let's learn about faith. Faith is the trust or confidence in something or someone. Faith is the belief and trust in God and his promises, particularly in the work of Jesus Christ for salvation. Biblical meaning. Faith is how we receive God's grace. It involves relying on God's promises and trusting in Jesus' sacrifice for our salvation, not relying on our own efforts. Faith is also a response to God's grace, leading to action and obedience. Right? Faith. Grace, God has given us the gift of salvation. We don't deserve it. Faith is that we are trusting and believing accepting that gift and then living like we've accepted the gift. Faith isn't just merely believing. Faith pushes us, moves us to action and to obedience. To have faith in Jesus Christ, to have faith in the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ, pushes us, moves us to action and to obedience. Let me tell you, last night, Saturday night, and Friday night, you can go to a cantina. Right? Nowadays, they don't call them cantinas, they call them lounge. Right? Again, they want to sound sophisticated. Right? Mom, Dad, your daughter tells you she's going to go to the lounge. I'm telling you now, she's going to a cantina. It's just fancy. Right? They go to a cantina. Where the razas at, all right? We're going to go to one of those cantinas where the razas at, right? And there are men there drinking, getting drunk, as their wives are home taking care of their kids. There are men there paying girls with money or with drinks to dance with them. I'm talking about our people, los Latinos, the Hispanics, right? Allá en la cantina. You gather 10 of those men. Gather 10 of those men, and I promise you, because I know my people, I promise you that 8 out of those 10, they'll be wearing a crucifix. Those of you who came from that world, is Pastor lying, yes or no? No, I'm not lying. They have their crucifix. What are they saying with that crucifix? They're saying that they don't worship Muhammad. They're saying that they don't worship the gods that they worship in India. What are they saying? They're saying, I have faith in Jesus. I believe in his birth through the Virgin Mary. But notice that their quote unquote faith and belief marks no difference in their life. True faith moves us to action. True faith moves us to obedience. God has given us a gift out of his mercy, out of his love, out of his kindness, out of grace. He has given us what we don't deserve. He has offered us salvation. Through faith, we receive it. It's not enough to just say, I believe in Jesus and in his death and resurrection. That doesn't make you saved. No. It's a belief. It is a faith that pushes you to actions, that pushes you to obedience, pushes you to come to church, pushes you to read the scriptures, pushes you to be in prayer, pushes you to do good works, to help your neighbor, to help others, to love thy neighbor as thyself.